see what's going on. See. Right, guys, we're just gonna wait for a bit for people to join us because this lockdown is just messing me up. We have tea to talk about, but I'm not sure what the network is doing. Someone has joined us here. Hello, we're just waiting for people to come in because all of a sudden people couldn't hear me. There was something wrong with the audio. Even right now, I don't know if the audio is good. I'll just wait for people to come on in so I can ask if they can hear me before we start talking about the gist of the day. Okay. I don't know what's going on today. Hello, sis, you're back. I don't understand what is going on. Can you hear me now? I don't even know if it's the network or it's the device. I don't know what is going on because I was able to stream, although same thing happened on the other stream, but at least I streamed for almost an hour before my device shut down and I had to come upstairs, plug it, and then connect back immediately to the same live stream, and I was able to complete the exercise. But on this channel, I'm not sure why. Okay. Okay, so you can hear me. I'm not sure, like this is the third time this is happening, and it shows that the other stream is still going on. And I actually restarted the device, but it didn't stop the other stream. But you could not hear me. This stream is making me crazy. YouTube is making me crazy. YouTube is driving me crazy. They don't want me to come on here and give you people the gist and talk about what is going on. Like 3 times now, I've tried to go live and this keep happening. Okay, so before they shut me out, let me just run into it quickly and start talking before YouTube decide to shut me out the second time. Because right now, I don't know what is going on. Okay, right? It is well, sis. It is well. YouTube is just something else. Okay, guys. So for people that are just coming in, I don't know the network or YouTube, whatever, they've been trying to mess me up. They just don't want me to stream today, but I have to stream because I have to give you people the gist. Okay, we have to gist. There's a lot to talk about, so I have to gist. I've not been giving you people, I've not been keeping you people updated for a while now. So I said today I must sit here and I must talk about things that are going on. Okay, so one of the stories that we are talking about is the story of a pastor that came up with a vision that he said he saw. And then we have the story of Mary Aremi Njoku. She's a Nollywood actress and she is the owner of the Rock Movie Production House based in Lagos. We're also talking about Coming to America, the movie. Okay, so these are the three topics that we are going to be talking about today. So whether the network likes it or not, whether YouTube likes it or not, whether this device likes it or not, we're going to be discussing it. Okay, so if I have to come in here 10 times just to tell the story separately, please bear with me because it is not my fault. I'm not sure if it is my network or what else is going on. I hope you people can still hear me. Okay, so we talked about the man that saw the vision, according to him, that he got a revelation from God, that God said to him that women should not be on top of the husband. Okay, you should always be under the husband on the top. That if you're on the top, you and your husband, you're not going to heaven. And I gave my opinion, and I also said everyone is free to analyze this topic because we're not here bashing anybody. We're not judging him. We're not bashing him. We're not advising anyone to go and look for him and bash him. We're just saying what we think about what he shared. That's what we're talking about. So we're just saying that most of us don't agree with what he's saying because it actually seems like he's coming for women. Actually seems like he's a man that is against women. Because why? Why can't women have fun? Why can't women enjoy themselves? Some of them feel better when they're on the top. So why can't they enjoy? And if the husband is not complaining, why are you complaining? If you don't like it, don't do it. When you get married, don't do it. But just don't come out here and put it out there to make people feel somehow. Because there are some people that are very um righteous, they're like very holy, they're afraid of breaking uh, rules, and some people don't even really know the word of God so much. So when you come up with all the stories that are not really true, people, it's easy for people like that that don't have their self and their leg rooted in the word of God to believe what you are saying, and it is misleading in my opinion, because I do not think God will give him such information. So even if you're watching the replay of this video, please leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Do you agree with the man or do you not? Or what is your own point of view? Okay, so that is that. So I will quickly jump into the second story. Someone else is here with us. Hello, thank you very much for joining us. Please comment so I can welcome you properly because I do not know who you are, but I know someone else is here with us. Okay, so that being said, the next story that we will talk about the story of Mary and Joko. So I have my informations here. I will just pull them up and we will read. I will read to you and we'll analyze them together. So let me pull the first one up. Okay. So as I said, Mary is a Nollywood actress, and she has a movie production house where she has employees and people and stuff like that, and just on and on and on. Okay, so her husband decided to tweet something or give his point of view about something, and people really didn't like it, and they started coming for him, and then she came out to defend her husband, and then that's where the whole saga started, where the whole school fees saga started. So I will first of all read to you what Remy and Mary Remy's husband tweeted out, that people started coming for him before she came and defended him. So here I will read. I hope you people can hear me. Let me confirm before I start reading. Can you hear me? Can you still hear me? Please let me know before I start reading, because now we will start talking about um, Mary Remy Njoko. So I want to read the story so we can all understand uh, the story. Okay, good. Thank you, sis. You always got my back. I know that. Okay, so Mary Remy's husband wrote, this is what he tweeted out. His name is Jason Njoko, I guess. So he said, most Nigerians don't realize, but most things in Nigeria are actually super cheap by Africa. Quote, and then like brackets, and said, forget global standards. For Thias, one education in Africa, forget about globally. This is for boarding school, and he's just writing, this is for boarding school, it's cheap. I pay more for my 3-year-old Montessori school. My wife and I did not have any of this privilege uh, we enjoy today. Um, they know who their market is, and 4.5 million, listen to this, 4.5 million naira isn't a big problem for anyone sending their kids here. There is a dozen schools at this level like this in Lagos. His write-up is kind of all twisted. I don't know. He's not really making sense. But okay, so let me to cut the long story short. Okay. Okay, so you can hardly hear because the kids. I understand, sis. Thank you very much for being here. Okay, thank you. So to cut the long story short, this man Jason, he is actually saying that paying 4.5 million naira as a school fees for, I think, a JSS one student or so, I'm not sure, it is cheap, but that most Nigerians, now he's talking about Nigeria. So here we're talking about the Nigerian story. This story is about Nigeria. So he's saying paying 4.5 million naira for a term, not for the whole year. I think it's for a term or so. Paying 4.5 million naira, it is not too expensive for a like a private school or so. And he's saying that he is paying more than that for his 3 years old child or so. And now I think people really didn't like that. So people started coming for him and saying, and started attacking him and saying he shouldn't say something like that. Things are difficult. It might not be anything for him to pay 4.5 million or more than 4.5 million for his children. But there are some people that cannot afford that. And for those people, it is expensive. So then I think people went ahead to bash his wife to talking about her movie production company that they pay people. So I will pull that out. So she came up and she blasted um, people. I want to see if right. Okay, so she came out and she defended her husband and tried to write up about all this. I don't care if this person has that and now and that. She doesn't care or what certificate the person has. The person is a graduate or the person is an illiterate. People get paid according to their work, according to what they work. And she was saying that if anyone knows anyone that earned 30,000, because people were accusing her that in a rock movie production company that some people earn 30,000, some people earn 50. So she said, if you know anyone and you have proof of someone that works for her in her movie production company and the person earns 30,000 naira or 70,000 naira or 100,000 naira, that you should bring proof and she will give you 1 million naira, that she's going to pay 1 million naira if you have proof that anybody that is working in her company earns that low amount of money. That being said, after she tweeted all of that out, now she came back and released a message, an apology, a message, and this is from her, Mary Remy Njoku. I want to apologize for excuse me. I want to apologize for speaking about meritocracy, for speaking up for smart people who work hard but underpaid because they couldn't afford to further their education. I apologize. I run Roke, which is her movie production company. It's called Roke, like ROK. It's like, I think, the abbreviation of her name, Mary Remy Njoko, also. So he said, I run Rogue and we value our employee irrespective of their educational qualification. We come forward, okay, so come forward with proof if you know any current Rogue staff who earns 30,000, 70,000, or even 90,000, graduate or illiterate, and get 1 million naira. Come forward publicly, please. And here, some people are telling her that she shouldn't be even answering people, that this is not necessary. While some other people, even a Nollywood, one Nollywood actress, I won't say her name, came up and said that she understands why Mary Remy is coming out to challenge people, that if they think exactly my point. Thank you very much, sis. Okay, so here Vanessa Ogumboale is saying, trust me, that money is too much for a child's school. in Nigeria is a no for me. Exactly. Exactly. If it is elsewhere in the world, I will understand. But Nigeria, that we know that some people cannot even boast of 3 square meal. 3 square meal. I'm not talking about drinking gari in the morning, afternoon, and night. Or I'm not talking about drinking gari in the morning, swallowing a bar in the afternoon, and swallowing fufu in the evening. I'm talking about good, balanced diet, 3 square meal. Some people cannot even afford two square meals for their family. And here is a man that God has blessed. He's here talking about paying 4.5 million, not 100, 4.5 million naira. It is not too much that we should not compare it to world standard, not globally. So we cannot even compare globally because right now the country is not even in a place where you can compare globally. So what is he saying? Even in African standard, even in Nigerian standard, it is expensive. It is expensive. And this is the thing with private schools that I don't like. It's like they're just ripping people off. A small child is paying 4.5 million. How much will a teenager, or these people in their SS1, SS2, SS3 pay? 1 billion? What are you teaching them? And you know something that pisses me off about this educational system in Nigeria? Yes, 4.5 million. I don't. That's the thing. How much do they even pay their teachers in all these schools that they charge so much? This is a good point. You just mentioned, Vanessa. This is a good point. How much are they paying the teachers that they are charging 4.5 million for one student? What all these young children? What are you even teaching them? Nothing. Even the grown up, what do they teach them? How to draw fish and label the fish. How you can draw tilapia, label tilapia. I was able to Patricia Media is no longer here because she also mentioned she was on one of her LS. She was talking about this, and then I started laughing and was like, "Yeah, they will tell you to draw tilapia and label it." And progress. She was like, "Oh yes, yes, yes." Trending gist. You understand what I'm saying? I said, "Of course, I'm an African like you, and I understand." And Patricia Media is not from my part. So if you're watching and you're not an African, she is not even from my own side. Patricia Media is from Zambia, I think. Yes. So even if we're talking about Africa as a whole, they're still busy teaching people how to draw fish and label fish. So while in China, they are teaching people technology, how to make phones, how to make this, how to make that. And yet you're charging 4.5 million to teach somebody how to draw tilapia and label tilapia. I just don't get it. Exactly. Vanessa says most people feel it's money that makes a man rich. And do you know, I like the fact that he said that him and his wife did not enjoy it because anybody that has been watching Nigerian movie right from time, Mary Remy has been acting for so many years. Let us pull back photos of Mary Remy when she started acting and photos of Mary Remy now. You could see the difference, how she looked then and how she looked now. So it's not as if she's someone that is from a wealthy family, or even if they had money. I don't think they had money like Dangote or Otedola or Mike Adenuga, or just mention all these billionaires that we have and millionaires that we have these days in Nigeria. So if you're from such family and you're talking like this, I will understand that your money, your parents' money has actually spoiled you. Exactly, right from the start. Mary Remy just looked like a normal, just she just I don't want to say certain words here, but it's not as if I'm beefing her. But one, I don't think she should have even defended her husband. That sometimes when somebody do something, allow the person to take the fault so the person can learn. You cannot go and say nonsense online and I will come and defend you because you're my husband. I won't. I will keep quiet. And if you ask me, why didn't you defend me? People were attacking me in public. You didn't say anything. I'll tell you, didn't you think of what you were saying? Did you not think that I am someone that I own a company? I'm a public figure and I'm a celebrity. I'm out there. I have to be careful for what I do. I have employees and I have people. Some of my staff might not be able to even pay this type of school fees for their children. Or even okay, let us say if her staffs can, what about people that watches her movies? Exactly. Exactly. Like You cannot be defending your husband all the time. If he's wrong, he's wrong. Okay, don't say it in public, but call him into the bedroom and tell him you shouldn't have tweeted this out. You were wrong. Me, I do not take side with my husband. If he's wrong, he's wrong. I'm not going to say, because you're my husband, I will go out there and I will defend you. No, I'm not defending you. I stand for the truth, and that is it. That is it. I'm not going to defend you. I don't care who you are. My husband, my child, my friend, my mother, my father, my siblings. I am not defending you if you are wrong. If you are wrong, you are wrong. That's what it is. It is what it is. I'm not going to defend you. Except you said something that you didn't know, okay, then I can come out and defend you and say you didn't know what you were saying, you were ignorant. But when you're not ignorant, you're a man and you said it yourself. In the same message, he's saying it's not too expensive. And in the same message, he's saying him and his wife did not enjoy this luxury when they were growing up. So that means him and his wife, they're not from wealthy family. So then why? Ah, she's just there. But intelligence, this is her defense, is out of point. Exactly. It just doesn't make sense because your husband comes out and says 4.5 million is not expensive. The first question I want to ask that man, the school that his parents put him in, did they pay 4.5 million? Did they even pay 1 million? Because during my days to my school, I didn't pay anything close to a million naira in my school when I went to primary school and secondary school. I did not pay. I attended government secondary school. And I believe if we do proper research, we will see that Mary herself and her Jason husband, Njoku, the Njokos, they both went to public school. They both attended government school. Or even if they attended private schools those days, they didn't charge them this much. Because I remember when with 1 naira in Nigeria, you could buy fish. With 1 naira, but now even with 100 naira, you cannot buy fish. So for him to come out and say 4.5 million, people are dying. If you go to the hospitals, people are dying because they don't have 10,000 naira to deposit to get treatment in the hospital. Women that go to give birth, some of them don't even have beds to lay on. And here is a man that is from a country that is that difficult. And he's saying 4.5 million naira is not too much to pay for a child's school. I pay more for my 3 years old. If you ask me, that is called bragging. That is called bragging because nobody asked you to give that information of how much you pay for your 3 years old. Trust me, there are people in Africa that pay more than what you pay for your 3 years old. And even outside Africa. And they don't come online and start bragging and saying, this school is not too expensive. If somebody says the school is expensive, it is expensive for the person. The person is judging from the person's pocket. Exactly. This is just doesn't make sense. It's typical foolishness. I think someone else is here with us. You're welcome. Please comment. Feel free to join the conversation. Let us know what is your point of view about what we're discussing about. Okay, so I just don't understand. I think someone shared info like all these papers that they give to people in schools that has all the information of the money, how you pay, and all that they give to you, and then you take home to give to your parents so they can see what fees they're paying for what and all that. So someone shared that so you can see the different amount of money, and then down it writes total 4.5 and blah blah blah. That's how it started. So I think somebody shared that out, and probably the person was saying it is expensive after receiving that letter that they give you in schools or they give to your parents or whoever is your guidance pays your fees as they break down the different levies that you have to pay. Then they sum it all up to get a total so the people know what they pay. If you remember in school, they always give us that. You saw it, but you didn't pay attention. For me, what struck me was when they said that 4.5 million naira part. And I saw it on the blog. When I saw that first thing too, I was like, what is this issue? Or when I saw that 4.5 million naira, then I said, oh, maybe somebody has said something that has actually made people upset. You understand? So I decided to check it out. And for her to come out and say, if you know anyone currently in, it doesn't matter. If they insult you, they insult you. Maybe people are lying, but it doesn't matter. You should understand that it is the fault of your husband for bringing you out. If the husband did not come out to say, look, 4.5 million naira is not too much. After all, I pay more than that for my 3 years old, you know. So it doesn't really make sense. Why is he talking about this? Why is he saying something like that? How many people has that man helped? Really, I've not seen him on any blog saying, Mary Remy's husband uh, went to this motherless baby home and paid for all the children to go to see some, just nothing. And how many people that watches Mary Remy's movies can boast of 3 square meals? How many? Is she thinking about that? Is he thinking about that? So it doesn't matter if they accuse her that she pays her staff 30,000 naira and that is not true. She should understand that it is her husband that will not close his mouth and mind his business or talk about things that are important that are happening in the country instead of focusing on talking about 4.5 million naira is not too expensive. I pay more than that. You didn't have that money, guys, so relax. Relax. Your parents didn't have it too. If they had it, you wouldn't have even been where you are now. We all know how. I don't even know you. I don't even know where you come from. I just only know you because you are Mary's husband, and that's just all. But this is braggadocious, okay? You are bragging. You are bragging. Coming out to say 4.5 million is not expensive. You are bragging. That is more than people's house rent. That is more than people's money that they earn all year round, working for 12 months. How much do they pay teachers in Nigeria? How much do they pay teachers in Nigeria? If you sum up their whole salary from January to December, it is not up to 4.5 million. I can tell you that, okay? Because I know. I know because my both parents worked in the educational system, all right? My father started as a classroom teacher, went all the way to a principal, and my father left being the when my father retired as the director, zonal director of post primary schools board. That is no beans, okay? That's like the highest level you can get to as a civil servant working in this thing. He got to the highest level before he retired. He was in charge of paying thousands of people's salary because he was in charge of that zone. He was the zonal director, okay? So when you come out and start bragging, or God, close your mouth, I think God beg you. They don't pay people teachers that much. Mm. Exactly. Nigeria with overdoing. It's just I just wonder. Okay, sis, I'll be right back. Yes. I just wonder because I don't understand how somebody can even come out and start bragging and talking about things like this. A lot of people know about the educational system in Nigeria. People are not getting paid. Listen, teachers are always borrowing money, owing people. And you are saying a private school charging 4.5 million naira for a kid is not too much. What are you teaching the child? How to draw and label fish that they will not use to do anything in their life. When you go out to look for a job and go for interview, do they ask you how to draw and label a fish? Is that the question they ask you? It just doesn't make sense. Like she shouldn't have defended him. So whatever blast they blasted her, she should have just kept quiet and taken it that way. Okay, yes, it might not be true that she pays people 30,000, but her coming to say, if you know any of my current staff or employee that earns 30,000 or even 90,000, irrespective of their educational qualification, come forward with proof and get 1 million naira. It just does not make sense, you know. It just doesn't make sense, whichever way you try to look at it. Okay, I'm trying to. Okay, so okay, all right. So that is that. Now we're going to get into the next story, which is the story of coming to America. The tea that Eddie Murphy and Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall is spilling. Okay, So first of all, it was trending online about how Eddie Murphy turned down Ryan Coogler's coming to America's sequel idea that they would have starred Michael B. Jordan as the Prince Hakim's son. Do you get that? Okay, so the Ryan guy brought up the idea that they should star um, um, the sequel should be starring Michael B. Jordan as Prince Hakim's son, and Eddie Murphy said no. And some people are like, what? Michael B. Jordan, Wakanda? So people were like, come on. He's a good actor. He's a great actor. Why would Eddie Murphy say no? And so people were like, yeah, because he's jealous. Like Eddie Murphy is afraid that um, Michael B. Jordan is a great star, so he might outshine him, or he will have to share his spotlight with Michael B. Jordan if they will cast Michael B. Jordan as the son of um, Hakim. Now, let me know what you think. What is your own take? Are you surprised? Are you also surprised that Eddie Murphy turned down the idea of casting someone as Michael B. Jordan? Now remember, Michael B. Jordan just won recently, right? I think last year won the sexiest man alive. I think, right? The most beautiful, handsome man alive. Whatever. I think the sexiest man alive. I think he won that title. So he's been trending lately. So I can understand why a lot of people feel some type of way concerning like why would Eddie Murphy even turn down a great actor like that. But if you look at it from the other angle, I can understand. Um, Casting him, that's Michael B. Jordan, as Prince Hakim's son, doesn't really make sense. I don't think so. It has nothing to do with, in my own opinion, I'm not Eddie Murphy, I'm not in his head. I don't know what his own reasons were for turning down the idea, but I'm just giving you my own point of view. Feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think about this. Okay, I'm saying that casting him as Prince Hakim's son, that role is not suitable for someone like Michael B. Jordan. I just don't see, I just don't see the blending between him and Eddie Murphy in that kind of part. And this like a comedy kind of movie, and Michael B. Jordan has this very serious. He's like this very serious kind of actor. So you actually need someone that can actually blend, because everyone knows that Eddie Murphy is a very funny guy. So we need someone that can actually blend into that Eddie Murphy kind of style. You understand, being that you're playing the part of his son, you're playing the part of being Eddie Murphy's son. Okay, so I think that was just that. I don't think it really had anything to do with because Eddie Murphy is an old star, he's not so much in the media and all of that. And if they will cast Michael B. Jordan will outshine him. But let us wait and see how the actor that they finally casted to play the part of Prince Hakim's son. Let's see how he's going to pull this off when this movie comes out, because this movie is coming out this March, right? I think first week. I don't know. Is it today or one of these? Like in few days, the movie will be out, I believe. So okay, so get ready. Are you actually like excited to see coming to America too, and what how it's going to be, and the new actors and the old actors, how they're going to look and all that. Because coming to America one, like they shot it so many years ago, and now they're bringing out the second one. So what do you think? Do you think the second one will be as exciting as the first one, as interesting, entertaining as the first one, or do you think it will even be more entertaining because they will try to beat what they did before? Let me know. Okay, so that's not all. Okay, because the movie is coming out, so Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall, they are um, granting interviews. Okay, so that is that. So let us go and see. Um, all right, so I will read you something here. Shout out to the Jasmine Brown. She's always bringing. She's a YouTuber. She's always bringing up current topics. Okay, so if you're following her and you're a gist lover, she's just interesting. So shout out to you, the Jasmine brand. Okay, so here in an interview, listen to what Eddie Murphy and Marcelo Hall had to say. Like they're spilling tea. They're saying things that they have not said before about the Coming to America movie. So listen to this. It Coming to America has been a cult classic since its first premiere in June 1988. As star Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall gear up for the release of the sequel, they are revealing secrets about the popular original film. They said while on Jimmy Kimmel Live on Monday. Now Jimmy Kimmel, I don't know if you watch him or Jimmy Kimmel is he's famous, like he's American. So most people watch this American program. So I believe you know Jimmy Kimmel's show. Okay, you know about it because they're always interviewing celebrities and all that. So it's a very popular show. So they said while on Jimmy Kimmel Live on Monday, March 1st, that they believe they were forced to bring on Louis Anderson, who played Morris because of Paramount's effort to include a white actor in the ensemble cast. What do you think about this? I just feel like Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall just put Paramount on blast because, in other words, what I get from this is they're like saying that Paramount just doesn't want to cast all black stars. And if you notice, this is something that has been going on for a very long time in Hollywood. Every movie that has to do with black people or is a kind of black story is being told by white people, and they don't want to give the opportunity to black people to always tell their story. They will always look for one way or the other to squeeze in white people here and there. In some stories, white people are not just supposed to be in it. And it's not a beef. It's not anything like, oh yeah, okay, because you're a black lady. You know, it has nothing to do with that. It's not because I'm black. I'm just saying that certain stories you don't need white people in it because they will not understand. They cannot understand like what this whole story is about and how to play certain parts. You understand, okay? Because the way a black person will react to something and the way a white person will react to something and the way an Asian person will react to something is different. So sometimes when you're playing all these movies, you just need these black people with different characters to just play these movies and leave white people out of it. Okay, it's not too much to ask for, but of course it's Hollywood and all these white people with their big companies, they're always up to something. So yeah, I'm not surprised. If you are, leave me a comment, but I'm not surprised. Okay, so they said that, and Arsenio Hall said, I love Louis, but I think we were forced to put Louis in it. We were forced to put in a white person, Eddie Murphy added. Eddie Murphy is just saying it like it is, you know. Arsenal Hall is just trying to, sugarcoat it and make it sound nice so the white people don't at Paramount, they don't get offended. Well, Eddie Murphy is like, I'm just gonna say it the way it is. You want to be offended, but that's the truth. Did it happen or did it not happen? It happened. That's how it happened. So I'm just gonna say it that way, anyways. Okay. So let me see. Hmm. Okay, they were like, there has there they were like, there has to be a white person in the movie. I was like, what? So who was the funniest white guy around? We knew Louis was cool, so that's how Louis got in the movie. Hall continued and said he was given an actual list of white actors for them to choose from. It was official. I had a list. They gave me a list with three white guys. They said, who would you rather work with? I said, Louis. So it is a whole long story. You can hear it from the horse's mouth. You can hear it from Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall. I'm glad for me. I think I'm glad that they really said this because if they wouldn't have said this, and someone else that was in the cast so many years later will talk about it if, God forbid, Eddie Murphy and Arsenal Hall are no longer here. People will not believe it because what they will say is like, if this really happened and they said this to Eddie Murphy and Arsenal Hall, how come they never shared it? We will understand it if they didn't share it those years because Hollywood is tight, and America in general is tight, and the way blacks are treated is kind of different from the way whites and other races are treated. So we will understand. But in the recent years, that things are softening a little bit, and people have been, even though things are still difficult, but people are more bold to speak out about things that they really don't care about the consequences that are going to come after that. So why didn't they say anything? So I think it is really good that they said this, that Paramount actually forced them to pick a white guy to play in the movie. Now I think that guy, the Louis Anderson guy, is cool, he's great, but I don't think they should have forced them. Like it's almost like they had a rope on their neck, like they didn't have an option because you gave them a list, and the list had the names of only white actors. Why didn't you just mix it up at least? Put Asian and anything else, any other race. Why does it have to be a white person? If you want them to pick someone from another race, why does it be because it's a story about black people? Let us include a white person. I don't understand. Can't it just be a story of black people coming to America and leave it that way? It just does not make sense. It just doesn't make sense that these whole big movie houses will always force people to do things because they are on top. And anyways, I just wanted to bring this story here, and I wanted us to all talk about it. And I want you to let me know what you think. Do you think Paramount was right for pushing, forcing them, not pushing, forcing them, let me say it the way it is, for forcing them to choose one white actor to play the part? Do you think it was really necessary to have a white actor? Why couldn't they have chosen someone else? Why couldn't they just allow Eddie Murphy and Arsenal Hall to just pick who they think was right for the position? And I think they would have picked someone else. If you ask me, they would have picked someone else. It doesn't have anything to do with the guy himself. He's a great actor, he's good. But we're just talking about why they had to make it white actor. That's what we're saying. If you want them to make a choice and pick someone, let them just do it all the way. You don't have to give them a list. You don't have to tell them that a white person needs to be involved. So you just let me know what you think with this whole Hollywood way of twisting stories, of them always, they used to even use their white actors, which I will not mention their names, to play parts of blacks, where they will paint them and tan their skin all the way, you know, put the makeup to make them look like, black Americans, or look like have that African look and all that. So I don't think it is cool, okay? Because they have lots of talented, um, black Americans that can act. Let them play these parts. Allow them, give them the opportunity. Nobody's dragging anything with you people. What are you people afraid of? They're going to overtake you someday, so you always have to be in control all the time. Slow down, Paramount, and the rest of you out there. Okay, so these are the three stories that I wanted to come in here and share with you people. Let me know what you think about this tea that Eddie Murphy and Arsenal Hall spilled. Do you think that this will put them in trouble? Do you think, um, Paramount and also all these other people involved in this coming to America might not want to work with them anymore after this whole, coming to America movie is over? Do you think nobody will want to, or they kind of, they're going to be blacklisted because they said this? For me, I don't think they should just let them be, because for so many years they didn't even talk about it. But it's been so many years now since they made the first movie, and I think they just felt like, okay, let's just talk about this. It's something that happened when we did the first movie, so let's just talk about it right now that we're preparing to release the second, movie. So let's just discuss it. It's not a big deal. We don't feel any type of way, but we just feel this is an information that we want to put out there, that we want people to know about. And somehow this one too will get people talking, and it will actually bring more people to come and view this coming to America. too, so all kind of this stunt to bring more attention. Now all blogs and um, news outlets are talking about this whole thing of what um, Eddie Murphy and Arsenal Hall um, talked about in Camel Life on Monday. So this also is actually spreading the word out there that the movie coming to America is going to be out soon. So all right, let me know. Are you gearing up to go and see the movie when the movie is out? Are you excited? Do you really want to see the movie? Just let me know in the comment section. Okay, I think the movie is interesting. The first one was interesting, and the trailer they released was something else. So I am ready. I am ready. I'm ready, 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 over ready to see what they are going to pull up on us the second time. What are they bringing? What are they bringing? Okay. Is it going to be better than the first one? Let us see how it goes. Okay. So, all right, I will do a quick roundup and that will be it because today YouTube just tried to mess me up as YouTube will not allow me to finish my story and keep cutting me out. And I had to come out live 3 times, like really. But I'm like, today we're going to complete our story. I'm not going to give up, okay? And my sister Vanessa Gumbowale also said, don't give up, keep pushing, okay? So I'm here giving you people the gist. All right, so we talked about three stories. The first one we talked about a man of God that said he saw a vision of, I'm sorry, guys, I'm looking at my phone because I'm trying to. He said he saw a vision of a man. He said, yes, yes, I understand. I know. I saw the message. He said you have to feed the babies. Don't worry. Okay, so had a man of God that said that he had a vision. God told him, God gave him a message that he should share. And in the message, he said that women that are engaging in being on top in their matrimonial bed, that if you are one of those, you should be aware that you're not going to heaven because it is wrong, it is a sin, it is against what God wants us to do. So if you are a Christian, you're a believer, you believe in God, that you should not be doing that because it is wrong and you should allow the man to always be on top, that it is not your place as a woman to be on top of your man. So I gave my point of view, what I think about the situation. My sister here also, Vanessa Ogumowale, she gave her point of view. She said she also feels, because I said I feel like this man is coming for women, but he's just not bold enough to say women shouldn't be doing this because I don't think it is their place to do this. Like it's not in your place to be doing something like this because then all the feminists are going to be coming for him, and he knows that he cannot withstand the heat that comes from these women because they are not taking nonsense from anybody. Like be it a man or a woman, they're not ready to take nonsense from anyone. So I just think women should be allowed to enjoy themselves. This is the reason why they even have some like these feminists, these people that are standing up to say, let us be able to speak our mind. Let us be able to say what we want. We have opinion, we have head, we have brains. We're not asking for too much. We're not trying to take your position as a man. We're just saying, let our voice be heard. That is not too much to ask. Let us have the freedom to make our decision. Let us have the freedom to go out and do things. There was even time in the world where women couldn't even drive. Women could not get certain jobs. Women were seen as people to just stay in the house and make babies. It doesn't matter how many schools you've been to. It doesn't matter what certificates you have. Well, you just have to sit at home, okay? But today we have people like Okonjo Iweala, that is the head of what World Bank or whatever. So you just see that okay, women are pushing, women are not backing down. They're like, no, you people are not going to box us up in the corner and we're going to stay there and not complain. And now this man found another way to try to scare women because he knows that if he will bring God into it, a lot of people won't want to say anything because they don't want to offend God. But I am saying it that this was not a message from God. This was a message from that man himself, because there's so many things going on in the world right now. If God wanted to give this information to women, he would have added it to all the other information that he gave to his prophets, and all those information that he added in the Bible for Christians, people who read the Bible, and all the other religions out there. I know every religion, they have a book where they have their laws and their do's and don'ts, like the Muslims, the Hindus, everybody, every religion and the other religions that I'm not mentioning here, they all have their books where instructions have been laid out for them. So if God wanted this information, he would have dropped it right from time. Okay. Yes, sis, we never give up. That's true. We will keep pushing. That's true. Thank you very much. So I don't think this man's message was right. I think it was biased. I think it was coming from a place of hate, like, okay, women are just really breaking barriers, breaking boundaries these days. So let me try to push something out there in the world that will restrict them. Let them not have fun. Let them not enjoy themselves. Let them not be free to express themselves in their homes. No way. I think that's my point. Feel free to leave your own point. And we also talked about a Nollywood actress. Her name is Mary Remy Njoku. We talked about what her husband uploaded online, where he was talking about a Nigerian school and the school fees, and how he thinks that 4.5 million naira is not now. And if you're not a Nigerian, you might not know, but Nigeria, the currency is naira. So somebody saying 4.5 million naira, it's not expensive for school fees for a child. I don't even care if it's a teenager. I think it's too much in Nigeria. If it's somewhere else in the world, we can judge and analyze it from a different perspective. But Nigeria as a country, that the government has decided to just mess up everything, steal all the money, and not do anything to help people. Uh, I think 4.5 million naira is too much to ask for as a school, because even teachers are not even paid well. Okay, teachers, they have one of the poorest school fees, and paycheck in place of work. Okay, in Nigeria, I'm talking about. I don't know other countries, but I'm saying in Nigeria, teachers are poorly paid. They are owed money. When they retire, their pension, they don't get their pension. So I do not see why a man that said him and his wife didn't have life of luxury as people have these days. So that means, in other words, he's saying he didn't attend an expensive school. He wasn't able to travel abroad when he was young. But now I see photos of him and his wife and kids. They are traveling. They're enjoying themselves. I can understand his wife. I don't know about him. I know his wife has been working hard as the Mary herself. She has been working out because she has been in the Hollywood movie industry for so many years. She started acting long time ago. So you can see that she started from somewhere, growing little by little. Now she has gotten to the level. Now she has her own movie house and is doing good. It is massive. She has a lot of workers, people working for her that she paid them salary. So when her husband said this, people decided to bash the husband by saying, why would he say something like this? How can he say 4.5 million naira is not expensive? That his wife is paying her workers 30,000 naira, 70,000, and so on. So, okay, somebody said 30,000, another person said 35,000. And then the wife came out and wrote a whole long rant and was talking about what about if you're a graduate of so this and have qualification, and a person that doesn't have any qualification, that people are not paid because of their graduate and they hold this degree. People are paid according to the work they do, and you're paid according to the contribution that you're making to the company, not because you are educated or you are not educated. Okay, so after she said all of those, people were offended, and then she came back and she apologized that she shouldn't have said that. She was just trying to advocate for people, that are working hard, that are not being paid properly. And then she said for people that are coming for her and saying that she's paying her workers in her movie production house, that she's paying them 30,000 naira, and 35,000 naira, while her husband is saying 4.5 million. It's cheap. That why is she not paying her workers 4.5 million since her husband says it's cheap? Why is she paying them 30,000 and 35,000? So she came out to defend herself and said that she does not have any worker that is presently working for her in her um, movie production house that she pays 30,000 or 35,000. That she doesn't even have any worker that she pays 70,000 or 90,000 naira. Okay, be it educated or uneducated worker, that she does not have anyone that she pays 30,000, 70,000, or 90,000. That if you have proof that there is a worker in there, that you should publicly bring out your proof to prove that this is her worker and the person earns less than 100,000 naira, and that she will give you 1 million naira if you can prove that she has a worker that is underpaid, that she will give you 1 million naira. Now, I like the fact that she defended herself, but this is another way of bragging. Just as I said, her husband was bragging when he said 4.5 million naira is cheap, and he went further to say that he pays more for the Montessori school, whatever that his 3 years old child is attending, that he pays more than 4.5 million naira. So 4.5 million naira is not too much for a private school to ask her school fees. I said that is also braggadocious. And now her own comment to me, if you look at it some way, she is bragging. Now she could have just said, if you have proof that I am underpaying my workers, educated or not educated, that I'm paying them 35,000 naira or 30,000 naira, as you said. Well, I know that I'm not paying any of my worker less than 100,000 naira. If you have proof, bring it out, and I will bring out my own proof to prove to you that I do not have any worker that earn anything less than 100,000 naira. Should have ended it there. But going further to say, if you can prove that I pay my workers 30,000 or 35,000, if you can prove it, bring out your evidence publicly and prove it, I will give you 1 million naira. You're just the same as your husband. So it's almost like you're saying, yes, I have money, I am rich, I am wealthy. So I'm going to show off. Okay, I'm going to give you 1 million naira. Why are you giving somebody 1 million naira if the person will prove you wrong? Why have you not given that 1 million naira to people that are in the street that do not have roof over their head? Why don't you take that 1 million naira to the hospital and pay for people's hospital bills? I remember in Nollywood, a lot of people died because they could not get money for their surgery and all of that. So there are lots of people in Nollywood that needs this 1 million naira. And your husband too that is bragging that 4.5 million naira is nothing. He has his wife. I don't know if he is also an actor, maybe he's not, or he's not in the entertainment industry. So for the fact that his wife is in the industry, why can't he go out there and pay the bill for all these Nollywood, all these actors that are sick? Because there are so many of them that are actually going through one challenge or the other, and they were not able to raise money. One of them passed on recently, and he was asking for money last year to get his treatment and all of that. He was actually trending. They showed him online. He was not wearing clothes. He was not looking good at all. Why didn't you bring out this 1 million naira and 4.5 million naira to send that guy abroad? Probably he would have been alive, since they might be able to figure out what was wrong with him and give him better treatment. This is one thing with celebrities. You people just come out, and if you have worked hard, okay, kudos to you. Bravo that you have worked hard. Everybody will be giving 1 million if people can prove. Exactly. I don't even understand this. Her husband just said something that got people angry. Instead of her to come and actually calm the waters, she actually made it worse by saying, if you can prove publicly that I pay my workers less than 100,000 naira, I will give you 1 million naira. Why are you giving somebody 1 million naira that is trying to prove you wrong? Why? If you have 1 million naira sitting down there in your bank account or in your house doing nothing, please help somebody. There are people in the streets of Lagos. I think that is where she based. So I will use Lagos because that's the city where she stays. So there are people in Lagos that are on the road selling pure water for 5 naira, 10 naira under the sun for 24 hours. There are women that are frying akara on the streets. You know, everybody will. All these people are just jokes. Exactly. It's almost like they're just showing off. Exactly. They're really jokes. Like, I don't understand. We have Hey, we have Bintu Lifestyle in the building. Hello, hello, Bintu. Bintu is saying hello, host, and hello, everyone. Thank you very much for the thumbs up, Bintu. We're just sitting here talking about the movie Coming to America and how Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall is spilling more tea, what people didn't know about Paramount. And then we also talked about Mary Remy njoku. She's a Nollywood actress and she has a movie production house. I think a lot of people know. It's called Woke. And her husband, they are just trending for some school fees saga. And we also talked about a man of God that said that women being on top of their husbands are wrong and that they're not going to go to heaven if they do that. So that's just that. Give me a second. My little one is awake. Let me pick up something for her. Okay, so I'm back. Yes. Bintu, Vanessa is saying hi to you, Bintu. Yeah, so that's what we were discussing, and we were saying that the man that said women should not be on top when they're in their matrimonial bed with their husband. That man is just being biased and he's beefing women. That's just what it is. Because if he's not beefing women, he will not be out there telling women not to be on top. And if the woman likes it and the woman's husband likes it, then they should do what they want to do. Nobody has the right to tell a married couple what they should do or what they should not do. Bintu, Bintu said, this is why some men are afraid of women that have money. The thing is, it's not even about women that have money, but I think in the case of, if you're talking about the case of Remy, if you're talking about the case of Remy and her husband, the man shouldn't have just said that, because normally I've really not heard story about this lady bragging. She just lives her life. She posts all these photos of trips between she and her family, how they go to all different places, they go swimming, they just have fun. Those are the type of things she posts. And her movies, she talks about her movies and things that are happening in her movie production house that she owns. I have not really seen her bragging a lot. So when her husband came out and made this comment that, in my opinion, is really braggadocious, like he is bragging. There's nothing anybody is going to tell me about this. He is bragging to say 4.5 million is not so much when there are people that cannot even boast of one day's one square meal. Okay, some people wake up and don't even know what they're going to eat that day. So you cannot be out here saying that 4.5 million naira it's nothing. It's not even as much as what I pay for my 3 years old child. Okay, so that's almost like, why are you complaining if your child is in primary school or secondary school and paying 4.5 million naira, and my own child is in kindergarten and I'm paying more than 4.5 million? Why are you complaining when my own child is just going there to play and do nothing because she's just 3 years old and I'm paying more than 4.5, and your own is going to learn and get all this education and all that, and you're paying 4.5 million? Why are you complaining? It is a private school and they charge that much. It doesn't matter if you have 1 million private school in the country and they all charge 4.5 million. It is wrong. It is wrong. The country is not in place where they should charge such money for school fees when they teach people how to draw and label fish. When other people are teaching people how to make phones and computers and other things that people are using in the world. In Africa, they are busy teaching people how to draw and label fish. All the fish that we drew and we labeled in school, what are we doing with it now? How many people, how many jobs have you gone to look for? And they ask you, uh, can you label a half fish or can you label a full fish? Can you label a frog? Can you draw and label a frog? It's just crazy. It is crazy. There are so many things that people can do with their money. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You just nailed it. How can he say that when all fingers are not equal? Exactly, that's the truth. Everybody don't earn the same amount of money. Even if you're working in the same corporation, you're not earning the same. The fee of the paycheck of the security guard and the paycheck of the manager is not the same. So if the manager can afford 4.5 million naira, are you saying that the security man that opens the gate also can afford 4.5 million naira when he's being paid maybe 5,000 naira, or 10,000 naira, or 30,000 naira per month? And even as teachers, teachers don't even earn anything good. So why is he even bragging? And now she came out and tried to defend him. And furthermore, she's saying if anybody can prove that she pays her workers in her rock movie production company, if there's any worker that she has in her company that she pays 30,000 or 35,000 naira or 70,000 naira or 90,000 naira, that the person should come out with proof and prove it publicly that this is what she pays the person and that she will give the person 1 million naira if the person can prove it publicly that that's what she pays her workers currently. If there's any worker in her firm that earns as low as 90,000 naira. So she's saying nobody earns anything less than 100,000 naira in her firm. But my point is, why are you including that you will give someone 1 million naira if the person can prove you wrong? There are lots of people in the street that needs that 1 million naira. Even in their industry, there are lots of them that are sick. She's in the Nollywood movie industry. There are lots of them that have health issues that they've come out. Some of them are hiding because they are ashamed to come out and ask for money. Some of them has actually come out to ask. One died recently. Why did she not pull out this 1 million naira and just give to him instead of giving it to somebody that is going to prove you wrong? And you're here saying after your husband has said 4.5 million naira is cheap, now you're saying you're going to give somebody 1 million naira. This is the problem with celebrities. They just don't get it. First, you come from a poor family, and then you finally make it, and now you forget where you came from. How can you? How dare you? Vanessa said, I'm here, oh, twin Wahala. I understand, sis. I'm just rounding up, okay? I'm going to round up soon. Thank you very much for being here. I'm grateful. Thank you very, very much. You actually stayed, even when the network was messing me up. I had to go in and out, and try to restart so many times. You just stayed in. Yeah, so Bintu lifestyle. Yes. So for her to come out and say she's going to give somebody 1 million naira, I don't even think that makes any sense. And then the movie Coming to America, we talked about how Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall revealed that Paramount actually, when they were shooting the first Coming to America that they released in 1988, that um, when they were making that movie, that Paramount actually forced them to include a white actor in the movie, that they gave them a list of um, names of actors, and on that list, all the actors on the list were all white actors. So they picked the guy Louis Anderson. They said that, not that they had any beef or anything against all these actors, but that they just feel like they were forced to pick a white actor, to include a white actor in the movie when they really didn't think it was necessary. And I gave my point of view. I said, I really don't think it was necessary. Paramount shouldn't have forced them to pick a white actor, to include a white actor. It's not every movie that will include white or anything. I said, must it even be white? Why couldn't it be Asian or any other race? Why must it be a white person when you tell a story of black or black people? Why must they insert white people. Okay, coming to America, I had to do like a story of an African prince left from Africa and went to America and all that. Well, there are black Americans that could fit in those all those so many of them that could fit in those parts and play the part. Why do they need to include a white person? Like there were no African Americans there. There were no black Americans available to play the part. So I think it was really cool for them to reveal the. But I was asking, do you people think this would be a problem for Arsenal Hall and Eddie Murphy after they revealed this? Do you people think that Paramount or other movie production companies will not want to work with them because they will feel like they don't know how to keep secrets because people might be feeling somehow after knowing the story? But to me, I said, on the other hand, they're actually pushing for the movie. So bringing out this information, everybody's talking about it, and it's bringing more attention to the movie. So when the movie is finally out, I think it's coming out this month, a lot of people will go watch. So it's going to bring more money to their pocket. So I just think it's okay that they talked about it now, other than many years later when they, God forbid, pass on, then somebody brings up the topic and then everybody denies it and nothing like that happened. So it's good that we heard it from the horse's mouth. It happened to them and they shared the story because they think the time is right for them to share the story. So they decided to share the story. So that's what we talked about today. All right. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. We had Patricia Media here. She was with us when it started, and then the network messed us up, and then we had to restart. So thank you very much. I know you're not here, but thank you very much, Patricia Media. Thank you very much, Vanessa Ogumbo Wale. Sis for life, man. The sis that is gingering me all the time. No fish shout. All right. And thank you very much, Bintu Lifestyle. I am grateful. Thank you very much for coming in and gisting with me, right? Thank you so, so much. I am grateful. I am super, super grateful that you people were able to come in here and dissect with me and analyze with me what is going on. So thank you very much. For now, we have come to an end of today's gist. If I have any other trending topics, I will also come back with a story. Okay, when we have the time, we will sit down and do a live where we just discuss about things that are happening because there are so many things that are happening. Okay, all right, guys. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, Vanessa Ogumowale. Thank you very much, Bintu Lifestyle. Thank you very much. We're like four persons here, but there are people watching, right? That I don't see here. So I say thank you very much, my anonymous watchers. Okay. Thank you very much because I know not everyone wants to put themselves out there. It's mostly just content creators that can come out and chat and discuss in live stream. Some people just watch the live stream and listen to what you're saying, but they don't say a word. So I say thank you very much. I'm rounding up already, sis. I'm rounding up. I'm done. I've been sitting here for an hour and talking. So that's that. And I'm finished with the story. So I'm rounding up, sis. Okay. It's time to round up. I'm grateful. Yes, I'm going to end it. Yes, I will. Thank you all. God bless. Did I miss something? Okay. Yes, sis, I am ending it. Yes, see you later, sis. Yes. All right, all right. Yes, bye-bye. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, Vanessa Ogumboale. Thank you, Bintu Lifestyle. I'm grateful. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you. And may all you wish for come true in the name of Jesus. Amen. All right. All right. Bye.